Diddy exposed for sacrificing Biggie in exchange for money and fame. Biggie Smalls, also known as the Notorious B.I.G, was an iconic figure in the hip-hop scene throughout the 90s. He had a meteoric rise to prominence after he was signed to Bad Boy Records by the label's CEO and founder, Sean Puff Daddy Combs. Since then, the two worked together to build Bad Boy's reputation and take it to the top of the hip-hop world. Now, fast forward to the present day, and allegations have come to light claiming that Diddy wanted to sacrifice Biggie to further his success. Wondering what Diddy has to do with the great Biggie Smalls and his financial-driven exchange? How far would the music mogul go to gain success? Tune in and let's get to the bottom of this scandalous situation.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died. It's been over 25 years. Clearly, a Biggie Smalls verse is very valuable. So then what happened to the commission? What happened to that album? It was recorded. It was being mixed and mastered upon Biggie's death. It was supposed to have came out that summer after Biggie's album because Biggie's album was slated. He died a week and a half before his album came out. Then the commission was supposed to come out, and that was supposed to be his exit from Bad Boy, and then starting his own company. Puffy has been making money on that boy's name longer than he lived. It supported all of Bad Boy.
That's real, yo. The more money you make, the more problems you get.
Biggie passed away on the evening of March 9th, 1997, and no one has ever been found guilty of his murder. However, recent revelations have linked Diddy to the rapper's passing. What exactly happened to Biggie? The tragic story of Biggie's unsolved murder is well known, but the details of what happened before have always remained hazy. But that's no longer the case, as former security for the Bad Boy record label has disclosed that Diddy was profiting from Biggie, and that he had plans to leave the company before his murder. The late rapper allegedly made plans to leave Bad Boy for a lucrative deal worth more than $60 million. This is what Gene had to say.
Puff gave me his briefcase and everything like that, like, yo, here, like, me carry this. Say, all right, I got 5 hours, 6 hours on this thing. Let me see what's in the briefcase. And I seen big contract, and it was talking about, well, you get $250,000, you know, for signing. You're gonna get another $250,000 if the thing go gold, then you're gonna get this much and you're gonna get that much. And then at the end of the contract, I was skimming through it, at the end of the contract said, we're gonna discuss about you getting your publishing and your marketing back, right? So I was asking Biggs questions about that because I didn't know what publishing was, I didn't know what marketing was.
Valletta Wallace, Biggie's mother, has previously spoken about how much money Biggie received when he joined the label. So even if Gene's statements could be challenging to corroborate, they are strongly supported by her. In her 2005 book, Biggie, she writes about it. The truth is, Christoph R. accepted the illusion of a friend and mentor for about $25,000. That's the amount Puffy lured my son with. That was a lot of money for Christopher back then as a 19-year-old. He had never seen that much at one time in his life. It was enough money to make my son believe that Puffy was ready to do anything for him. It was enough to buy a blind love and loyalty. This is what Gene had to say about Diddy.
You said that you heard Puffy say something. You said, I don't care if Pac gotta die, I don't care if Big gotta die, something has to change.
Right.
When did he say that?
Right after the Soul Train thing. He said, yo, Gene, I got 126 employees, and these people depend on me for their livelihoods. If these white folks thought or they would think that I had anything to do with any kind of gunplay, they wasn't gonna with me, and they not gonna with me. He said, I'm a businessman. I'm about making money, but something gotta change. I don't give a if Pac gotta die, Big gotta die, or Suge Knight go to jail.
Gene later admitted that Biggie Shooter had spoken to Diddy before his murder. He had also discussed how inaccurate the now famous sketch of Biggie's supposed killer was. He claimed that despite having CCTV images of the man who matched the description provided by witnesses the night of the shooting, the police never made them public.
At the hospital, he said a Muslim shot Big. And I said to Paul, with the blue suit, white shirt, blue bow tie, he said, Gene, how you know? I said, that walked up to Puff car first. There's a picture that the LAPD, when they came to interview me with my lawyer, Eloise Nurse there, and they made a mistake and showed me that picture. And then they had a bunch of pictures on the wall. I said, what these pictures are? And I grabbed the picture. And the picture was the Muslim guy, me, and Puff in there. So it came from some kind of camera from the Peterson Museum, but they had the face of the Muslim guy messed up. And then they're giving me this they gonna have the computer regenerate some kind of photo and stuff like that and show it to me at a later time in 2 weeks, or fly me out to LA. I never heard back from him ever.
Diddy also discussed Biggie's passing in an interview with Wendy Williams, admitting that he felt some sort of guilt over the loss of his pal, who was then 24 years old. The two should have been on a jet leaving the nation the fateful night he was slain, he said in the same interview as he described the events of that night.
The fateful night Biggie was killed, at the height of his career.
Yes.
Do you ever feel responsible in any way? In any way?
I think I always feel some sort of, responsibility, because he was supposed to go to London that night. And, I let him talk me into, not going to London and staying in LA.
Former Bad Boys Records CEO Kirk Burroughs disputed Diddy's assertion that Biggie was the one who wanted to stay in Los Angeles, claiming that Diddy was the one who encouraged them to stay in LA rather than travel to London. Many people have been shocked by Gene's accusations that Diddy was involved in Biggie's death. Fans have noted how Gene's account of the circumstances leading up to Biggie's death has always been consistent. This is what fans had to say. "I can say Biggie's ghost has been seeking for justice all this while, and the time for the truth to prevail is now. When you look at the music now and how it's changed, I truly believe Pac and Big were sacrificed to pave this woke music because these two rap stars was in their way. Billionaires don't become billionaires without dead bodies in their way." Puff body language and his responses to Big's death gives him away as being involved. Many of his interviews over the years made him suspect. The more he spoke on the topic, the worse he looked. Probably why he stopped talking about Big. Oh, and let's not forget Puff actually said this. Big's last words was, "I can't wait until my album comes. Like a dying man cares." What's so bizarre? The writings have always been on the wall regarding Diddy. He's always been a snake. However, Diddy didn't act alone in the deaths of Biggie and Pac, I believe. Let's add in the record companies, as well as the CEOs and executives, who I feel are as greatly responsible by such powerful and heavily strategical manipulating and orchestrating tactics that eventually led up to such horrid events. Biggie's death has been the subject of various theories, some of which include the involvement of Diddy. There is a recent theory that suggests Diddy was the intended target and Biggie's death was accidental. FBI records show that Diddy had received death threats and a security guard stopped a man approaching his car before the shooting. The shooting took place outside the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles after an after party, with both rappers sitting in the front passenger seat of green SUVs. Diddy's security officer instructed his vehicle to go through a red light for safety, while Biggie's driver stayed at the lights for about a minute. A dark Impaler pulled up and started shooting, resulting in Biggie being taken to a medical center but ultimately dying from his wounds. Despite his death, Biggie's legacy in music continued to be popular among fans worldwide. He is still well liked today and will always be regarded as one of the greatest rappers of all time by his devoted followers. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and press the bell icon for more celebrity updates. And I'll see you all in the next one.